ALLBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah. It feels like a Friday, but it's Thursday. It's the day before July 4th, you know, Independence Day and all that. We gonna get right into it, y'all. We ain't playing no games. Me and people in the building. Jump in, tap in, hit the like button. Hit that like. Subscribe. Share it with a friend, a confidant, someone you know that likes basketball, that likes to talk basketball. If you stuck up like Flea, bring them in the building. If you a nutcase like ALLBall, bring them in the building. If you think you know what you're talking about and don't know shit like Fabian, bring them in the building. Come on, man. Enough's enough. Get them numbers up, man. I can't even see the likes, to be honest with you, on this streaming device. Hit the likes, get in the comments. There's in the description. There's a bunch of links in there. Tap in there. Show them what we got over here. Hey, Trenton. We're about to cap and cry about the Knicks for an hour.
You damn right.
Hold on. I can't make any promises. The show must go on.
Must go on.
I see 37 people in total. Click that like button, man. Whoa.
He said they're about to cap and cry. Ho. See, that's what I like to see. Whoever that other person is, don't never highlight him again.
Ever.
Darlene Bryant, the beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant. The ladies is in the building, y'all. Darlene Bryant, what's going on, baby? Good evening. Fellas, thumbs up, put out them hearts. Say hey to the beautiful ladies, man.
Darlene B, what up?
Anthony Clark, what's going on, man? That's a very... I like that. That's like an R&B-ish name. Like Ken Carson. I went to a Ken Carson concert with my daughter. I had no idea who the hell he was. Had a headache 7 minutes in. I'm old. That was a nail in the coffin, y'all. All right, 50 people in the bus. That's all I need to hear. Keith Turner. See, I like that. Y'all got regular names. Put your
regular name.
No, you can. If I say regular, it's not an insult. If Flea says regular, watch your mouth. I'm sorry for highlighting Eco Medi. Eco, don't get banned from TV. It's disgusting word.
I don't even see what he said, but I'm glad I didn't. I saw Darlene's name. If you're being disrespectful to the ladies, you are no longer allowed to the party. I'm gonna just say that from now.
If you in here scaring the ladies away, promoting a sausage fest, you are banned from TV. You have to go. You have to go. There's enough dudes up here, man. Get out of here. Eco. That's the second slick comment you made up here. That's a compliment, Eco? Improve your sarcasm, please.
What was the first shot?
I don't remember. It was a week ago.
Okay.
But I remember his name. He got one more.
Eco, you got one more. Yeah.
Eco, clean it up.
And OG don't get off like so. That's how you know. Behave.
We ain't playing with you up here, man. We ain't playing up here with you, Eco.
Behave yourself, young man.
Look, David
Eco.
Parker. Eco is like Eon from the Ghostbusters. That's it.
Now we about to flame you for another 3 seconds. Right out of here. Eco.
Why are we driving people away from us? I blame Flea. Oh boy, you said we rubbing off on him? Big pause. He's starting to really. He got us kicking people out of here.
No, we just keeping things in line, baby. That's all.
Let's get to it, Shams. Let's get to it, Shams.
ALLBall suckers.
We live.
Big Flea, the fucking biggest, y'all. What's good?
As if I needed to be reminded I look like an Indian.
You cut that beard off. I don't know. Y'all might be brothers, man.
Shamala la la la.
You wildin'.
Hey.
You wildin'.
Let's get in the building, man.
He was wilding, OG. I thought I was the only. He's wilding. He's wilding.
Yeah, let me know. Let me know when things are back in order, man. I'm not playing with that.
Yeah, me too, Quinnipiac. I want a sham guard on the Knicks, man.
Yeah.
We're talking about handy.
We okay now?
We good. We good.
We've moved right along, guys.
That's
what we do.
Yo.
Listen, it is what it is. I'm not in the mood for games.
Yo.
Don't come in here playing with us, man.
Yo, man.
Oh, piece of that was problematic. Hey.
Yeah, that was very problematic.
And potentially, what else is problematic? What else is problematic? Apparently, some people like it, some people don't. The Knicks hired a coach, y'all. And you heard Knicks. It can only mean one thing. Y'all know what this is.
Knicks Rehab.
Rehab, y'all. Oh, shit. Oh, my shades.
We're not playing any games. Hey, let's talk about it, y'all. Mike Brown has been hired after a long search, a very long search, by the New York Knicks. Mike Brown has been hired as head coach of the New York Knickerbockers. That's right. That Mike Brown. Yeah, him. One of only 7 coaches in NBA history with 700 plus games and have a winning percentage higher than Mike Brown. Excuse me. There's only 7 coaches in NBA history with 700 plus games coached and have a higher winning percentage than Mike Brown. Phil Jackson, Billy Cunningham, Casey Jones, Red Auerbach, Steve Kerr, Pat Riley, and ALLBall's favorite coach of all time, Greg Popovich. They're calling him elite, y'all. Mike Brown. Yeah, you kidding me? Also, Mike Brown is he's a part of a list of all head coaches in NBA history to win multiple Coach of the Year awards and have a career winning percentage in the playoffs of 55% or better. It's Mike Brown, Greg Popovich, and Pat Riley. Woo! Wow. There's a lot going on with Mike Brown. By the way, apparently they're calling him a psycho. He's too much for TV. He's what do they call him? A psychopath. He's a militant coach. Here's one of Mike Brown's post-game interviews where he just delves deep into basketball.
Just need to be methodical by stacking or playing the right way, possession after 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 possession.
Your TV's not broken.
After possession after possession.
This is not AI.
Possession after possession after possession after possession after possession after possession.
Wow.
After possession. After possession.
Wow.
After possession. After possession. After possession.
Intricate
after
details.
Possession, after possession. You guys got what I'm saying, right?
Intricate details by Mike Brown, the New York Knicks' new head coach, ALLBall. Please tell us your reaction of the new head coach. You see the thumbnail.
That's nasty what you just did. That's disgusting what you just did.
Is he
awful what you just did?
I saw the group chat. I don't want to mention any names, but I heard him referred to Black Thibs, and the thumbnail was made because of it. Oh, Paul, what do we think about Mr. Possession himself, Mike Brown, the new New York Knicks head coach.
Like my brother Flea say, regular weed. I'm not ecstatic. I'm not as excited as everybody else. I really don't see the difference between him and Thibs. I mean, I'm happy we have a coach, because I'm pretty sure you have to have a coach. I don't know if you could just sub yourself in and out, because I figured we might have did that for the rest of the season, right? But I'm okay with it. I don't like it. I'm not in love with it. I don't love it. Maybe he can prove me wrong, but I'm not a Mike Brown fan. Is he funny? Is he charismatic? Does he seem like a nice guy and a cool guy? Yes. But is he elite? For me, no, he's not elite. Can he be cool enough? Can he hold guys accountable? Can he relate? Can he help coach a style of basketball that's played today? As far as going to the 8th, 9th, 10th man. So for me, I think we could have done better. I think we rushed it. Maybe because there was, whoever we wanted wasn't out there, and it seems like, well, now, we got Mike Brown, like, we're not getting J Kidd. But for me, I don't like it. I think we could have did better. But once again, he probably is going to prove me wrong. Everybody proves me wrong. I have no problem with that. But for us to be going through all this, and the big splash is Mike Brown. Now, to me, the only way this makes sense, I've been said this to y'all, and now I'm seeing people say it. I'm not going to say no names, but now all of a sudden, what I always tell y'all, we say things and then it just mysteriously happens. He has to have a great coaching staff. Mike Brown cannot do this on his own. New York City will eat him alive. Straight up. He needs a great coaching staff. I see the two guys that, he's trying to get from the Pelicans. That's cool. That's cool. But I don't want them to be, one of them could maybe be like the second or third assistant. But, he has to have an all-star coaching staff. Because I'm going to be honest, I don't know how much guys are going to respect Mike Brown on the sideline. Seriously. I mean, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. We could have did much better. I don't like it. He's been bounced around for years for a reason. It's not for nothing. Does he belong as a head coach in the NBA? Okay, I give you that. But for the Knicks to try to win a championship? Come on, man. Come on, man. And I'm not saying I want a big name or it has to be, Phil Jackson. No, but I think there could have been some other guys that deserve that opportunity. I don't understand with the NBA how, a lot of these coaches just keep getting recycled. It's like, yo, bro, if you coach 5, 6 different teams and you didn't win with any of them, what are we doing? Be a great assistant coach. I love what Jeff Van Gundy is doing. Be a great assistant coach. He was over there with Golden State being a great assistant coach. And they were successful. So, same thing with Thibs. I think, my opinion, some guys are not made and built to be head coaches. And I think Mike Brown is one of those guys. Now, he may or may not prove me wrong. But I was never a big fan of Mike Brown. Like I said, I don't think he's a great head coach. Is he solid? Okay, but to coach the Knicks, you got to be exceptional. I'm sorry. I didn't like Thibs as a head coach, but he held it down. He held it down. So with Mike Brown, I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't know how everybody likes this and think it's a good hire. Like I said, we had to hire a coach. I think we panicked. I don't think if we would have waited another couple weeks, Mike Brown wouldn't have been available. So for me, this is a move. It's almost reverse. Usually we'll do some dumb shit and give too much up for a player or get rid of a player or do something. But now we did it with the coach. My two brothers here is probably gonna prove me wrong, which I'm fine with, and reel me back in. But for me, my initial reaction, I don't like it, especially with just the circus we created while the NBA Finals was going on. So to it's almost like we shot for everybody else, and okay, this is what we have to deal with. Nah, I don't want no scraps.
Almost like we didn't have a plan, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't want.
Almost like that.
I don't want no scraps.
Yeah.
You got your shine. 30 seconds. You good? Listen. You can cook. I'm gonna listen. You can cook, but I just want to make my point across. Get my point across. I don't make it clear. I'm not a fan of Mike Brown. The antics, I'm not a fan of. Like I said, if a coach has been bounced around like Thibs, like a lot of these coaches, and they just get job after job after job, yo, give some new blood opportunity, man. We watch new coaches get into situations and be successful.
It's true.
It's a possibility that Mike Brown can do the same thing Thibs did. Be there 3 to 5 years and don't win a championship. Nah, so for me, I don't like it. I don't like Mike Brown like that. I don't think he's he's definitely not a great head coach. I don't know if he's a good head coach. I really don't. So for me, I don't like it. I would have rather him on the coaching staff. Maybe you have a veteran guy like that on the coaching staff with a young head coach. Maybe it could have been that situation, but I don't like it. I don't like it. Not for New York. I'm sorry. Not for the Knicks. When we popping and we actually good and have an opportunity to get to the finals, and now Mike Brown is the guy to lead the ship, to be the captain, to be the head of the. Nah, I don't like it. Sorry.
Flea, you were seething the other day to get in on this topic. It was still rumored to be, and now it's been confirmed by my son Shams. We have some Knicks reactions. Mitchell Robinson believes that Mike Brown is a great pickup. Keeping up with Mitch on Instagram, apparently. He's on a boat. What do you think about Mike Brown? Great pickup.
Ain't see none of these niggas in the gym yet. Sorry, Flea.
Never the little one. Flea, what do we think of the Mike Brown pickup? And of course, ALLBall's pessimism at its finest.
Listen, man, we needed to hire a coach, and we did what we needed to do, which is hire a coach. Now, for me, I just think that this is the plan B, C, D, right? This is the second, third, fourth, fifth option, right? I don't think this was the first option. I don't think this is what we went into the offseason thinking that, okay, we fired Thibs and we're going to go target Mike Brown. I think we were a little bit arrogant going out there with the way that we conducted the coaching search. I think Leon Rose, Worldwide West, James Dolan, the Knick roster, Flea, ALLBall, Fabian. I think we're better than what the rest of the world actually thinks we are. And so we got to start understanding it. Like, we ain't the cream of the crop right now in terms of coming over here. And this roster is, if I got options to pick the roster, I'm going to go coach the New York Knicks. That was clear. Nobody did backflips. Nobody did somersaults. Nobody walked into no other front office and says, I want out because I want to go coach over there. They didn't do it. So we got what we got right now. And to be honest with you, I'm not ecstatic about it either. I'm not. Is the pedigree there? Is like the winning pedigree there? For sure. But he's on a list with 7 other guys that won championships. He's in a room with those 2 other guys, and he said Popovich and Pat Riley. Those guys won championships. So that's great company for sure. But they've all done something that we are thirsty for a championship, especially coming off the Eastern Conference Finals. So now we bring this guy in. Me personally, I don't see him as a coach that walks through the door and tips us over the edge into the finals and potentially being a championship level team. I think now we back to building what culture we want. What does he want to instill? Okay, now we got to figure out who we want to be as a team again. Like, I think that's what's on the table again. And, we just did it this time now with a coach. The last 3 seasons now had just been different. We're going to see different iterations of the New York Knicks. A couple seasons ago, we were hurt. Last season, we get a whole new team. Now this coming season, we got a new coach that's going to implement different things. So Mike Brown can coach. I'm not going to say that. And he's coached great players throughout the year. He's been around nothing but winning, right? Coach LeBron James, Coach Kobe Bryant, came off the Popovich tree, coached under Carlisle. Like, he's been around a lot of great coaches. Steve Kerr, obviously, been in that mix, has won championships as an assistant coach. So we can't say that he doesn't know what it takes to get there. But what I'm saying is, him in the driver's seat, he hasn't been to an NBA Finals getting close to 20 years. This NBA Finals coming up in 26, that'll be 19 years. 07 is him and Braun in the finals. And the last time he was there, he was swept. So what I'm saying is, yes, Mike Brown took a second to understand what the landscape of the NBA looks like now from an offensive perspective. He was an assistant coach for like 10 years before he got another opportunity to be a head coach. But I personally don't think that he is the guy that's going to bring us to where we need to be, where we think we can be. And that's championship level. We talking about it, like we said the other day, Eastern Conference is super shaky right now. We could blow through the Eastern. We could be a 60-win team if we play this thing right and be a 1 seed. But I just don't think Mike Brown is the guy that's going to be able to do that for us. I thought it was a desperate hire. I thought it was the hire that, just was left out there. I think they're leaning on his resume as opposed to what the NBA looks like going forward, what it is right now today, and what he did over the last 18 years. It absolutely counts. We can't discount that Sacramento team, right? Had Fox and Sabonis playing well. So if he could get that out of Brunson and Cat, I would love it. But that quickly dissipated in Sacramento because the next year they didn't know how to play defense. They forgot. And so we need to be able to sustain a level of greatness, a level of, competitiveness. We can't go like this anymore. Because in another 2 years, we'll be ready to fire this dude. So I don't think this was the hire that's going to go to the future. How long is Mike Brown going to be here? What's the contract? What did they give him? Why haven't any details come out on that yet? Did he get a 3-year deal? Did he get a 5-year deal?
That's a great point. I don't even think nothing was signed. I don't even think nothing was signed yet.
So that's what I'm saying. What are we setting ourselves up for? Because what type of deal did he have in Sacramento? His first head coaching stint from being an assistant coach for so long. Like, what, we putting a lot of faith in Mike Brown next season. That's a lot of pressure. Now, again, he's a guy that coached in LA. So he's been in the big market before. It ain't like he ain't never had that type of pressure. He's coached some of the greatest. We talking about Kobe Bryant. We talking about LeBron. So maybe pressure ain't a big deal, but this is a different show. Like you said, OG, this is a different show. It's New York City. Different beast. You walking into a place where fans are starving. They got us times 3 million, right? Like, you think we crazy. You see what was going on during the playoffs this season? So that's what I'm saying. It's a tough look. I'm gonna give it to you, my brother, but I'm not ecstatic about it. It's comfortable, right? I don't think we're gonna be a playing team. I don't think we're gonna be a lottery team. I think we'll be another 50-win team. It's a comfortable hire, but it's nothing for me that gives me super optimism. Like, that's the hire. We're gonna win the chip next year.
Fabian, when you finish, I got something. I think I know the plan. I'm gonna let you finish, Fabian. I think I know the plan.
Oh, just to answer Flea's question, according to I don't know, it's Google AI. They said Mike Brown's initial contract was $4.5 million, 4-year deal, so around 1.25 he was making. Then he signed an extension, a 3-year extension by 2024 for $30 million.
Okay.
So it took him 2 seasons. Very promising.
So we might get a discount. We might not even have to pay him because he gonna still get his bread from Sacramento. So we might not even have to give him a heavy bag like that. Who knows?
Right. And that comes after that Lakers debacle. He coached like 5 games, and Kobe got him up out of there. Mm-hmm. Let's not forget that. I never liked him on Cleveland. I know they were a top 5 defensive team. But we can start with the good for me. I mean, the fact that he did coach LeBron and he went to a finals, that's an accomplishment. He didn't have to get there. As much as David Black, LeBron fans will shit on him, but they got to the finals. Same thing with Mike Brown. Then he was out for a while, got fired by the Lakers after 5 games, which is crazy. But he did go to Golden State, sit on as an assistant coach. I've yet to see Thibs do that. Thibs has never sat down on nobody's bench since Pat Riley or Jeff Van Gundy and learn a new system. Same thing with Atkinson that we give him props for when he went to Cleveland. Same thing with a lot of coaches that have done so. And to be able to change his game, he's known to be a defensive-minded coach, no tolerance guy, and that's a bunch of reports that with the young kids, he's showing more tolerance and more offensive sets, being more open-minded with his offenses. Obviously, at one point Kevin Huerter was shooting like 85%, 90% from 3-point range. That dribble handoff for him and Sabonis, they had something going over there. Number 2 seed, lost in 7 games to Golden State. That's major. I know it wasn't a conference finals, but the West more stacked. But obviously they grew tired of him, and that seems to be some of the things that are happening right now, where people are speaking to that. And also, there are other differences with Thibs. Let's start here. My guy, iHeart, he spoke about Thibs one time after the OKC game, after they blew us out, and he spoke about the difference between Mark Denault and Tom Thibodeau.
And then you played for both these organizations, and Thibs usually runs his guys 40, 45 minutes just on a nightly basis. Mark likes to go 10, sometimes 11 deep, and back-to-back seasons. Can you just compare and contrast just the different styles?
It's different. I mean, I think both. I mean, Thibs, I think a lot of people think that like when you're playing with Thibs, you're also practicing every day. You're not doing that most of the times, especially if you're playing a lot. You're getting off most of the days. So I think he's changing that aspect. Yeah, he's going to play you a lot, but you're going to get your off days. And I think Mark's different in that aspect that, we also have a deeper team, so he has the luxury of playing 10 guys. But yeah, they're different that aspect. Both great coaches, both great basketball minds.
So that was iHeart talking about Tom Thibodeau's style. Then there was something else I found comparing this is the report after the Knicks, the Knicks season ended, and they spoke to, about practicing. The Knicks didn't have full scrimmages during an entire training camp one season, which is uncommon, Ian Begley reported. The players found it odd that they didn't scrimmage during the camp. Thibodeau's Knicks didn't scrimmage often in season, which is more common in the NBA, but the lack of scrimmaging hindered the players' ability to develop cohesion, they've said. Additionally, the Knicks' fourth quarter offense was very off-putting at times, mostly relying on Captain Clutch Jalen Brunson to bail them out as the rest of the team stood in place and watched. Brunson got the job done often, but it wasn't a pretty watch. Players were also surprised that they didn't work on specific end game situations during the season, which is something that most teams do. They found it strange that the coaching staff didn't go over those situations during practice. Now, I bring all that up because, to me, that's the first contrast with Tom Thibodeau and Mike Brown. The Kings players, after the first couple games, was 7 games, they were interviewed. Kevin Huerter spoke to the difference between Doug Christie and Mike Brown. And Kevin Huerter said, talking to some guys who play heavier minutes, they definitely feel more fresh to start games. Kevin Huerter said that after after the Kings 114-97 win over the reigning NBA champion Boston Celtics. I think even mentally, just the grind of the season, we're already in January. Get to this point in the season, you play a lot of games. As much as it's a physical grind, it's a mental grind. Being halfway there and needing every win, in some ways, we pump the brakes a little bit, but still trusting us to get our work in, and it's been well received. So, two different aspects, and we showing y'all, we're doing our due diligence. We see differences. We understand the difference. One is willing to go deep into the bench or whatever it is, but there's no mistaking in what ALLBall just said, and Flea just said. I have to, be the third, I guess, book bag on the piggyback. There's something about Mike Brown that has never sold me, and I don't know if it's a TV thing, but even the fact that he's a recycled coach, even the fact that with these same Kings, they were a young group and you couldn't get that to stay there. I don't know why, but it's not working. I know me sitting on my couch just watching the game, and I saw Tyrese Halliburton being clearly better than De'Aaron Fox, and everybody arguing, and I'm saying, why would you trade that point guard? And then you have a dribble handoff guy you're trading for Sabonis, trade Fox, a couple of draft picks, and get Sabonis over there with Halliburton. You're the coach. You should have pushed for that. Can we blame Vlade Divac and whoever the hell was involved with that mess? Sure, but I think there are things you can push for that lead you down this road. And they ended up trading De'Aaron Fox anyway the same season last year, right? So I think a lot of this speaks to like not being sold by him. And it's the energy behind it. Yes, he's evolved offensively, but there's something missing. And yeah, the jury's still out. The season is 3-4 months away. We get it, y'all. But at the same time, we felt this way about Mike Brown from when he came into the league. You don't give, like, which one of these coaches, them top 7 coaches, got fired after 5 games? Which one of them top 7 coaches they talking about with these great records, these championship coaches, got fired after 2 seasons, and they, after the getting the 2 seed? I get it, it's a different NBA, but I mean, I'm not sold like y'all, bro. Like, I don't see it. I don't like the way it reminds me of Thibodeau. He got 2 defensive player of the years, the year awards. Everybody, I hear all the Knicks fans trying to say it's just media. The media is saying that this is no plan. You didn't have a plan, bro. You didn't have a plan. And don't say that we on the bandwagon, because we were criticizing Tom Thibodeau every step of the way, and we wanted him gone years ago. And last year was the last straw for me, because you had a squad and you didn't put that team together. You gave him an extension after that. You didn't. He played pressure to chew with 4 games into a series against a one-legged MVP candidate. That's stupid. And you didn't plan from then to have a plan B, C, A. Flea was right. You guys are going with the arrogance. You guys are going thinking this is New York. We're a $10 billion organization, whatever the hell we're going to be worth after the Lakers got sold. But we can't act like that is not the truth. We cannot ignore that. And I don't agree with Tony Kornheiser saying we're moving amateurish. No, James Dolan came down, dropped the hammer, and made you make a decision in real time. That's a James Dolan move. It smells like it. We've been around for long enough. We know what this is. That's your man. You wouldn't fire him like that. And you gave him the money anyway because you knew the clock was ticking. But I don't know if Mike Brown resolves all of our anxiety after a season like this, after a playoffs like that. We haven't seen enough evidence to show us, yo, this is the way to go. Y'all calling him elite. Elite? So you telling me at the beginning of last year, if you were ranking all these coaches, Mike Brown was elite? At what point did anybody ever consider Mike Brown a top 5 coach? Top 10 coach? Never heard it. Now he's elite.
He won coach of the year.
So did Tom Thibodeau. Yeah. We didn't call him elite.
One of the best coaches at that time, of course.
Mike Budenholzer, not elite. A lot of these guys are not elite. I don't care about your damn championships. We talk about this all the time. Fuck your rings. We see the game. We watching the game. We are. You're not so Flea. Even with them damn awards, you still like,
Nah, I'm just not. I just don't think you took all of this time to make that higher. And that's not a disrespect to Mike Brown. That's just like you didn't go into the offseason firing Thibs and saying, we're going to fire him and go with Mike Brown because that's the guy that we need.
Why did your due diligence start now is my point. Because every time this came up, you always said, all right, make your list. Make your list. Make your list. This is what I'm mad about now because Flea the entire time has been asking us for a list, and we were like, yo, that's not our job. And the people's jobs it was to do it, they didn't do it.
They didn't have it. They didn't have it.
Flea was fucking right, man. I hate that shit.
They didn't have it.
Y'all both make great points, but I come to the conclusion that I think Mike Brown is a rental. I think he may last 2 years tops, and we may have to see what coaches would be available at that time. I know Steve Kerr, in his contract. I really do. I don't see Mike Brown being a New York Knicks head coach for no 4 or 5 years. I'm sorry. I would be surprised if he lasts after this season. Now, if he gets us to the finals, then all bets is off. But I agree with both of y'all. We panic. We listen to all the social media, all the networks, and like you said, everybody's saying we looking childish, we looking like unprofessional. So they hand got forced, and they took him as the coach. But I think he's a rental. I don't see Mike Brown being the Knicks head coach for 4, 5+ years. I see it 2 years tops. And I think after that, that's when we'll get our real head coach. But I really think he's a rental. I really do. I know it sounds crazy.
Nah, I just if that's what they're doing, Jesus, like that's awful.
But real quick, this is the problem with social media and influence. The world is being influenced to do things that you normally wouldn't do. I told you, I didn't panic because I'm like, yo, we still in July. Even if you would have waited for another 2-3 weeks, that Mike Brown ain't going nowhere. So for us to act like we got to sign him, right, because somebody else going to take him, no. I think they got influenced. They got nervous. And like Flea said, correct, there was no plan. And how long can you allow social media in the sports world to just kill you, everywhere? So it's like, okay, let's hire somebody. I don't think he's going to last. Like I said, there's a reason why some coaches is just bounced all around. It's just some reason why. And he's one of those guys, like I said, probably a much better assistant head coach than a head coach. But for me, this is not the move you make to get to the next level. It's just not. It's just not. I'm sorry. I'm tired of what my man Method Man said in The Wire. Ain't no back in the days, nigga. I'm tired of getting these niggas from back in the days, bro. Let's get some new blood, man. A fresh face. Somebody that, come on, man, and let him be on the coaching staff. But to hire Mike Brown, not sexy, bro. I'm sorry. It does nothing for me. Now, I hope he proves me wrong. I hope he proves us all wrong. But for me, Flea, I didn't like the news, man, but I think this is a rental. I really do. I think this is a rental. I think eventually we're going to get the guy we want. But I don't see him lasting more than 2 years. I know that sounds insane, and that's just crazy, but I don't see Mike Brown. There's no way in the world he's going to be the Knicks coach for 4 or 5 years. I do not see that. No.
Flea, and we didn't see what we talked about. I didn't hear any interviews or attempt to interview one of Mike Denault's assistant coaches, one of Joe Mazzulla's assistant coaches, one of the Nuggets assistant coaches. Just guys that Darko, whatever his name is, from the Raptors, he was on the Memphis Grizzlies as an assistant coach.
Did Johnny Bryant even get an interview? Did he even get one? We said we got interest. Did he even get an interview? Like, the only guy that they brought back for a second interview was Brown.
It feels like, but Taylor
Jenkins had an interview, right? Like,
where was his? Like, even Darko from in Toronto now, he came from Taylor Jenkins' bench. Where was that at? Like, that's the part that's surprising to me. The fact that you were asking that question the whole time, and it was so frustrating because I was just like, yo, I'm coming up with a list. You don't like it, but they better be having this conversation. And these conversations better be had about with these teams. These are the ones that have the elite, the Miami Heat, the Golden State Warriors, whoever it is. I don't think for all that, you might as well take another 2 weeks. And to be honest, and I know free agency is coming up and all of it, but you just can't have, this is a big home. When has Mike Brown been known to be a home run?
How do you hire Mike Brown? And this is one of the most important hires in franchise history.
In basketball right now.
And when I say franchise history, and I mean because of the team that we have, the success that we have, being able to identify the flaws that we have, and knowing that if we do this and do that, we could be a great team, right? And so if you think Mike Brown is the answer, then like I'm starting to question if I know basketball, and I ain't nobody, but shit. Like now I'm starting to think like, well, what the fuck do they know that we don't know? What type of faith do they have in this dude that we are so blind to? At least that I'm so blind to. I don't understand what we're looking at. So, you know
what else I hate about this shit too? Everybody they point to the records, they point to the accolades, and then the other thing that I hate the most, he blew the interview out of the water. You know how many interviews I've blown out the water? That ain't the same me. You think that's me 10 days into that job? No way. Hell no. Why haven't we heard anything about his game coming from the Knicks and these reporters and everybody else? It's all accolades. And it's the same thing y'all do with these players. That's my problem all the time about it. What does he do differently? Why did he lose the interest and just the confidence from the Sacramento Kings, bro? Because they were playing too many minutes all of a sudden? That can't be it. Why didn't you sell them on that? Why didn't you improve on that if you knew you got fired after the Lakers? Like, even if there is a real good excuse, I want to hear it. But I haven't really read that shit. You guys are just stuck in la la land with your opinion, and you want to be in an echo chamber about whatever it is you feel. We don't like the hire, and we're telling you why. And we went back, dug deep when I compared Thibs to him and all that. So what y'all talking about? Want to be in the comments, commenting, yapping. I told you to go after these assistant coaches. What y'all talking about? Where's your candidates at? And we want to be high. I haven't heard Jeff Van Gundy's name. Like you said, Fleet, Johnny Bryant's name, at least as an assistant coach.
There's nothing pre-existing that Mike Brown has done to give any of you niggas any confidence in him right now. Nothing. He's done nothing. He's done nothing in the last 5 seasons. Fuck the career. In the last 5 seasons, what has he done to give you confidence to walk through the door and take us where we need to be? What?
No. Hold on, Fleet. No.
Like we gotta be out. Cut it out.
No, Fleet. No. Stay there. Fuck
We
that.
didn't
His
hire
whole
some
career.
championship level coach.
What? Hold on. What has Mike Brown done in his whole career? Fuck that 5 years. Yeah, keep it real. His whole career, what has he done to where he's a great head coach? This is not no situation where a team is just putting things together and you got time. No. You can't go from Thibs back-to-back 50-win seasons, the guys that was up under him become all-stars, all-NBAs. You just got to the Eastern Conference Finals. You beat the Boston Celtics. We should be on the first to a championship. You're supposed to get better, not stay at the same level or get worse. Mike Brown has never been a good head coach. Stop. Like, come on, man. What have we watched Mike Brown do to say he's elite or he deserves this job? That's my thing. This job? Nah, bro. Nah. No. Fuck out of here. No. That nigga's regular.
Regular weed for me. That's it. Regular weed for me. I can't see the vision on how we're supposed to catapult now. He may get a soft landing, like I said, because the Eastern Conference is gonna be somewhat wide open. So you may get cut a break next season. But again, you got to still win games. You got to show up every night. You got to be better than what you were the season prior. And for what it's worth, we could call it what you want. But back-to-back 50 wins seasons, like Thibs had to do better than what he did the season before. And he did, right? Regardless of what we want to call it, we did better than we did the season before. And so, look, everybody could say what they want about Mike Brown. Love the hire if they want. I'm not a particular fan of the hire. There's been a blueprint set over the last few seasons about these young, innovative minds coming in and sometimes striking gold on being able to lead a team to the championship. If you get a solid roster and you get one of these newer minds, and newer minds meaning being able to implement different things on offense, right? When you are able to space the floor, when you are able to put guys in positions where they are most successful, right? Being a little more modern in the way that you attack defenses, not shake one. If y'all know what I'm talking about, Rudy Tom Jones used to call shake one and let Steve Francis go ISO, shake two, let Catino Mobley go ISO. No, we don't need that. We don't need that. We need to be able to move the basketball, get guys cutting, get guys moving, get some kind of action. We won 51 games, 50-something games last year, and did it off the fact that, we just had really good basketball players. But it wasn't off the fact that Thibs called anything innovative. He ain't do shit on the offensive end. For me.
Sugarman, thank you for your $1.99. He says, Sugarman says, so y'all not happy for a black man,
Don't make it about that. It ain't about that right now. It ain't about that right now.
That's hilarious. Because on the low, we have seen several coaches recycled out here. It was getting sickening for my entire life. The same garbage ass coaches.
Listen, when a person has to resort to that, that's when you know a nigga trash. Big shout out Sugarman. But he's smart enough. When you gotta resort to certain things, you know nigga trash. Come on, bro. That ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm happy for the brother. But let's be realistic. He regular, man. He's not the guy that you want to bring in to go for a championship run in 2025-26. I'm sorry. Nobody on here, whatever team you're rooting for. And let's ask Sugarman. Cleveland Cavaliers. How would you feel if Mike Brown was your head coach? All y'all guys in the comments, whatever team that you root for, would y'all like Mike Brown to be y'all head coach? And keep it real. Keep it real. If right now, whatever coach you had either got fired or they left, and your next coach was Mike Brown, how confident and great would you feel? Keep it real. Come on, man. We got to stop with the games. This dude is regular. Now, like I said, if he proves us wrong, which I pray and hope he does, and gets us to the promised land, then, hey, I have no problem coming up here and going, I was dead wrong. But we have to stop acting like Mike Brown was ever that dude. Mike Brown is regular. And we all know when you coach LeBron, you ain't coaching LeBron. So, yeah, he got to the finals. But we know who get the credit for that. So, so let's keep it real, man. Like, come on. Same thing with Thibs. And I don't want to throw Thibs under the bus, but to me, similar. Thibs, defensive-minded guy in Boston, which I told you I think was all BS, because the dogs he had over there, I don't think you taught them any defense. You ain't have to teach Garnett and Paul Pierce and Rondo and Ray Allen. Them guys was already mentally tough. It's my business, Flea.
I didn't say a word.
So for me, Chicago, Minnesota,
number one defense in the league.
Who?
Chicago.
Who? Where they go? How many conference finals Chicago went to? How many?
One, his first season.
Prime D. How long he had a Prime D role?
I'm not about to.
We're not arguing. No, we're not arguing. No. No, because Mike Brown, it's the same thing. We can argue Mike Brown's credentials. But in all actuality, he ain't do jack shit. And we watch him fail time after time after time after time. And then now we going to sit up here and try to justify it. No. None of y'all right now, if your head coach got fired today, Mike Brown wouldn't even be thought about.
That's a fact.
Y'all be doing the same thing we'll be doing. I want Udoka. I want Kerr. I want Spo. I want this. Won't nobody say no fucking Mike Brown. Especially you, Sugarman.
Well,
I wish I had $199 to send to you for that.
well, Sugarman has sent us an
Thank you.
additional $4.99. Sugarman says, if Mike Brown was my coach, I'd be heartbroken. I can't even lie.
So this is what I'm saying. Like, again, credentials, talk about the optimism, talk about what he's done most recently, all of that type of shit. This is not the guy that any of us wanted to be hired. Any of us. I don't care what you try to justify it to yourself, look yourself in the mirror, talk to yourself in the shower. You didn't want fucking Mike Brown as the head coach of the New York Knicks starting the 2025-2026 season. You just didn't.
Yo, at one point, we thought he never was going to get a head coaching job ever again.
Ever
Got
again.
to Sacramento, and look what happened. So now we supposed to be happy that he's coaching our Knicks.
Toronto
He
took
lucky
a
he
flyer
getting his
on Nick
51
Nurse.
minutes out of us.
Toronto took a flyer on Nick Nurse. Got it done. Took a flyer on Ime Udoka. Finals. Took another flyer on Joe Mazzulla. We're gonna win the championship. Like there's like what my point is that there are blueprints and instances where that you can see that if you go get the guy, whoever that may be, and give them an opportunity to have a great roster, which we all agree this is a pretty damn good roster, that if you implement some things, we could have a possibility of winning a championship. Mike Brown has not shown us anything over his entire tenure as being a head coach that says walking into this team next year, we are a championship team. Nothing about it.
I'm Tory B. I'm just seeing the comments. I'm so sorry. The beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant Tory B, y'all, in the building. ALLBall TV ladies is pulling up, y'all. Tory B, blame that on Fabian. He didn't highlight it. I didn't know you was in the building.
La
Hello, ladies. Also, Flea is not saying.
He made it creepy this time. He did. Now the nigga, now son who usually comments is gonna be like, look at Fabian making it super creepy. He gonna kill us in the comments. As soon as this is posted, he gonna jump in the user. He gonna be like, ALLBall made it, and then Fabian, hello, lady. See? Thank you, Monkey Wrench. Thank you, Monkey Wrench. He's a nut.
Nigga said that was a little silence of the lambish. I'm not gonna do that. That was a little, hey, Clarice.
Listen, man, sometimes you gotta be a little creepy, man. I knew y'all was gonna be in here roasting Brown. Sweating thing. Hold on, I'm getting blamed. What, am I getting blamed for the Brown hire?
Hold on. No. Hold on. I ain't gonna. Sometimes you gotta be a little creepy. It's crazy. I'm just letting you know right now.
I was gonna let that fly, but you got it, OG. Just get him. Just make sure.
Sometimes I'll leave that alone, man.
Mike Austin said, Val Venus, maybe 10 years ago, you could have got that off. What's wrong with you? I'm getting roasted out here, man. RP, I'm not reading that. But Flea is not saying to go hire Johnny Bryant. What's Johnny Bryant's offensive systems? What's his defensive systems? I don't know. Why don't the Knicks know it? Why don't the Knicks? David Bliss was the top OKC assistant coach, finalist for the Phoenix Suns. Why was he a finalist for the Phoenix Suns? I don't know. Why don't you go ask him? That's what you do in the interview. You know who was an assistant coach for Mike Brown? Jordy Fernandez, who everybody loves with the Nets. He left. Mike Brown got fired. I don't hear nothing about why ain't we asked to talk to him? Why ain't we asked to talk to other people? Why is Mike Brown sitting there mad comfortable knowing you guys are under pressure to get to hire a coach? No, put him under pressure, man. That's the kind of New York pressure you got to be feeling in the first place. So when they say it was a mess, when they say, oh, the plan thing was a media thing, no, it wasn't, because Fleet's been saying this shit from the beginning of the season, even last year when we brought up we don't want Thibs around. So what's the plan, y'all? And he would shut us the fuck up until we come up with these fake ass names, a fake ass list, and Fleet would call us out about that too. So we were trying to come up with a plan, and the Knicks were not. That's the whole purpose of this. I don't know what y'all are talking about with that plan bullshit.
There was nobody. And it just all goes back to which we don't even got to go there because I ain't. But there was nobody who was going to succeed Tom Thibodeau for us to beat. Nobody available. Nobody realistically available that was going to succeed Tom Thibodeau and help us get to the next spot. Now, I'm not saying Thibs is going to bring us to a championship, but we know we're going to get. There's nobody that was available right now currently. Now, I don't know what's going to happen mid-season. We don't know what's going to happen next year, end of season. But right now, this offseason, and that's why we ended up with Mike Brown. This wasn't a strategic hire. And whoever thinks this was a strategic hire, I'll holler at you after 41 games. Yeah. I'll holler at you at the halfway mark. Let's see what things look like at the halfway mark.
And I guess we'll get into more in the summertime or right before the season starts about what we expect. But we definitely expect, we know Mike Brown likes to switch way more than Tom Thibodeau. There are things to look forward to as far as going more deep into your team, and Bridges playing a certain type of defense. Is he going to sit Bridges down? We have a shorter leash and put Deuce. We see more Deuce. But will he give Deuce a longer leash than he gave Keon Ellis? Keon Ellis is a knucklehead. He's a firecracker.
He could defend his ass off, and
he could defend. Yes, but I think Deuce is a better defender, more consistent defender, because Keon Ellis is like a big time playmaker, but he's a bit of a knucklehead. He's a bit of a knucklehead, smaller in stature. What will he do with Deuce? Maybe he can see something in Deuce McBride that he wanted to see in Keon Ellis with that consistency. So there are things that we're looking forward to, but right now we are giving you our fucking reaction to the hiring. That's what this is. We could be wrong. ALLBall's always wrong. We just running with that. Today we might all be wrong. We're willing to put it on the line. That's it.
Obviously, you want to go into the season wanting to be proven wrong because we want them to win. It ain't like we rooting against the dude. We just reacting off the fact that we don't think this should have been the hire. But I'm gonna shake this shit off by the time the season starts, and we gonna want him to be the best damn coach in the NBA. Flat out. But right now, this is fresh, and I'm not feeling it. The fuck?
Nah, when Flea uses your little young lingo, I like it, man.
Know.
I like it, Flea. The fuck? We ain't up it. Hold on, Flea. The Knicks ain't up it.
They ain't up it. They didn't up it.
Damn.
They didn't up it. They, lateral. I don't want us to decline, obviously. You still want to be a top 3-4 seed, obviously. But the upward motion is making it to the finals and being a real contender against the gauntlet that's in the West. They're going to beat the shit out of each other in the Western Conference next playoffs.
Oh, Flea, you smooth operator. Yo, boy, your man is on. What?
I like that.
Come on.
That's what I did, right? Serve it up. That's a Gary Payton and Sean Kemp alley. You know what I'm saying? That's a Gary to Sean. You know what I mean?
Big Queens, though. Hey, y'all heard the news. I saw somebody in the comments say, congratulations to y'all. It's not a Kobe or LeBron topic. Think again, brother. Hey, man, the Los Angeles Lakers, they have yet to re-sign Luka Doncic. but they have acquired DeAndre Ayton. And we know the king himself, LeBron Raymond James, has opted into his $52 million contract. But does that mean that he wants to be in LA? Huh? Does that mean the Lakers want him to stay in LA? Double, huh? According to some reports, John Gambadoro. Hey, I just learned who the hell you were because this is a LeBron topic, but I've heard you are a coveted reporter and you cover the NBA, my brother. Thank you, Juan. I was told after the playoffs by someone close to LeBron, said LeBron wants out of LA and they want him gone. Watch game one, how disinterested LeBron was. Now, most people on here know that my sources are not the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Ooh, your man went crazy. And here comes Brian Windhorst leeching off these topics. Good for you, Brian. Windy.
When the idea of a trade came up, I slammed the door on it and said, first off, LeBron wants to be a Laker. If he didn't want to be a Laker, he opted out. He has a no trade clause. Everything that Bontemps just said. Over the last 3 days, I have unlocked the door. I wouldn't say that I'm opening the door. I would just say I've unlocked the door. The door I slammed and locked on Sunday, I'm not 100% sure. And that is because my conversations over the last 3 days have crystallized that the Lakers are essentially viewing LeBron as an expiring contract. And that may sound like a toss-off statement, but that's not insignificant. LeBron has never been an expiring contract, quite literally. Never in his 23-year career, over the 9 contracts he's signed, over all the different teams he's been on, he's never been on the last year of his contract. He's never been 40 years old. He's never not been the franchise player on his team. The Lakers and LeBron, whoever wants to spin their side of the story, I'm not sure what happened, but the Lakers and LeBron did not have substantive discussions about extending his contract, which every team LeBron's been on for 20-something years has wanted to have substantive conversations about extending his contract. And what happens to expiring contracts in the NBA? They're viewed as trade pieces. So for all those reasons, the money, the fact that LeBron and Luka are still a very formidable duo, the fact that the Lakers are not done with their offseason, the fact that trading him is crazy, the fact that this is being built around Luka and they've got to maintain their cap sheet and all of those things, everything that makes sense. But I'm just unlocking the door because I'm not as convinced as before of its impossibility.
Not convinced of its impossibility. You mofos are like 3 years late. We've been telling y'all. The king. He wants it his way. Hey, by the way, apparently nobody's interested in LeBron for a trade. And the Dallas Mavericks have reportedly said that they would only be interested in LeBron James in a buyout situation. That's according to Dave McMenamin from ESPN. I'm not watching you, Dave McMenamin. You're doing your thing, though. ALLBall. Been saying it for years. The Kang is not getting off the throne for nobody. We said the Lakers have been bought for $10 billion. It's a new corporation in town. We saw what they did with the Dodgers. They do what they want to do, Bron. ALLBall, was the writing on the wall the whole time, my brother.
So I'm gonna just be honest. Whatever Wendy, whatever he just said, the guy tweet you just read, they all full of shit. They don't know nothing. LeBron James is not getting traded. Simple and plain. I'm just tired of every season excuse after excuse for the LeBron James and the Lakers. First, he needed help. AD wasn't it. They trade and give him Luka. You lose in the first round and win one game. And what do they say? They need a center. When they traded for the kid from Charlotte, people were ecstatic. I'm like, what the hell? The trade didn't fall through. So remember, all season long, well, not all season, but after they traded AD, it was like, yo, if the Lakers get a center, they winning it all. They have a center now. What's the excuse now? Why aren't Laker fans going berserk and saying that they are championship contention? You have LeBron James, you have Luka Doncic, you have Bronny James, you have Dalton Knecht, you have Austin Reeves, and now you have a center. Once again, this man gets away with murder. What is the excuse now? They have a center. Listen, man, we have to realize that the man right now is just playing because the Lakers are giving him free money. If you're going to give me $50 million and there's no pressure to win a championship, I'm playing till I'm 60. The Lakers organization are idiots. 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 I'm not even blaming LeBron for this no more. We all know I'm not a LeBron fan, but this ain't even about LeBron no more. Lakers organization, get some cojones. Get some cojones. You got Luka. Build around Luka. Bro, the man is playing because you're paying him $50 million. All that Rich Paul, he wasn't playing for championships. Where? Where? So once again, I'm just tired of all these LeBron and Laker fans giving them excuse after excuse. Not me. Nah, I'm not letting y'all get away with that. When y'all traded AD, y'all say y'all needed a center. Y'all have a center. Where's the parade at? Where's the, okay, now we good. We got a center. You still got LeBron, you still got Luka. Y'all need another piece? How much more do you need? So Charles Barkley said it years ago. Yo, bro, you want everybody. Fuck it, Dame Lillard go over there. He might be out next season, but maybe, they could pour some magical juice on his ankle. He come back. Like, bro, listen. LeBron is not getting traded. We need to stop dreaming about that. He's playing the same games he's been playing his whole career. He got the media and us as idiots in the palm of his hands. He ain't going nowhere. He's going to play for 25 years, and the Lakers are going to continue to pay him. That's just what it is. But I'm just upset that the Lakers got a center and nobody's talking about championship contention. I'm just trying to figure out why. He's still all NBA. Y'all, like people say, playing at MVP level. He's an all-star. He's still playing at a super high level. You got Luka, who some people consider the best player in the NBA, top 5 minimum. Now you got a legit center, whether you want to like DeAndre Ayton or not. He's still a center. He's better than the option that they have. Why aren't we talking about championship contention? I would just like to hear my brothers explain that. Why is nobody saying Lakers got a center? So why are we not talking about them? How are we talking about Houston and OKC? Why not? If they got 2 of the best players in the NBA on their team, and all they were missing was a center. Yeah, just scratch your neck. I want to hear this shit you about to say.
Flea, you're scratching the back of your neck. Big pause. What do you feel about ALLBall sentiments on the LeBron Lakers dilemma?
No, my sentiments go to basketball, bro. It don't go to LeBron and Ayton. The OG, I just hate when he uses these terms only when it comes to LeBron. He understands that the Knicks have to build. They have to put a team together. We have to have a good team, right, to be able to get over the hump. Then when it comes to this dude, it's always, well, it's this person and this person, and they better get it done. Bro, they got to put a team together. They got to be a good team to go out there and win a championship. It's not, they have to go just roll the ball out there, and he's just going to step out there, and they're going to win. So, no, that's where I go. I don't go. I hear what you're saying. They've been saying, go ahead.
Can I just ask you a simple question? I'm going to let you cook.
Of course.
When they traded AD, did you not hear people say all the Lakers need is a center?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I want to know. Okay.
Me personally, I didn't think that. I thought their roster was very flawed. They're not that good. You saw what happened in the first round of the playoffs. They almost got swept. Them niggas is not that good. There's Laker fans in the comments right now. They know themselves. Big Baby talks about it all the time. Big shout out to Big Baby. He know they're not that good. That wasn't a surprise getting bumped out the first round. You niggas thought they was gonna win the championship this past season? Championship?
LeBron James and Luka on the same team. You're not surprised they lost in the first round?
Not last year. Or for coming off that trade, Luka getting back into shape, all that type of shit. It didn't surprise me that they got bumped. Nah, not one bit. Not one bit. Not one bit. They not good. They wasn't a good team. And the same thing we talk about Kevin Durant with the effect of, being able to elevate your team and when he's out in the court, you know that you got a great chance of going deep into the playoffs, possibly winning the championship. I don't think LeBron has that effect on teams anymore. We shall see down here in Houston what Kevin Durant does. But over the last few years, it just hasn't felt that way. It don't feel that way from LeBron no more. So that's why I be bugging when you be like, it's LeBron and this person, they should be. That nigga's not winning no more championships. How about that? He ain't winning no more. That's over with.
Shout out to the aluminum fitted, man. James Billfield, shout out to you too, man. Appreciate you being a member and all that.
Big James.
I hate to make this just about LeBron, Flea. Because it's not just about LeBron, but the Luka trade, I'm saying it is a decision 2.0. It's the general managers taking control, getting rid of player empowerment. We're hearing people talk about the restricted free agency market is dead. The money's dead out there. Nobody's going to be moving around unless the teams want you to. They have way more power than they've had in over 15 years. And the Luka trade represents that LeBron James has lost all of the power that he seems to have had. And this was his last bargaining chip, was opting in. Like, fuck it. Do whatever y'all want to do, but I'll take the 52 million first. And there's no way possible that the Lakers worked out a $10 billion deal in a span of 6 months. It doesn't work that way. I'm inclined to believe they knew. The Lakers knew a sale was coming. The Dallas Mavericks, the NBA knew a sale was coming, and we need a superstar over here. And with that, LeBron doesn't like it because he loses power. That's what he doesn't like most about this, and it shows. We were saying it in real time when I was like, I don't think he likes to play with Luka. And you were like, how you know? I'm just like, bro, I know LeBron. I just know how he got Timothy Mozgov in the middle of a season, and they reported how invigorated he became after he took another one of his 13,000 vacations throughout his career. And he was excited. He was reportedly excited. Why weren't you? I've never seen him excited over Luka. It's Luka Doncic, top 5, top 6 MVP candidate every year. You had AD, you went crazy. Like, how come you ain't going crazy over Luka? So to not be excited to end your career with another All-NBA guy is weird to me. That's what I'll say at the very least. And what Wendy said does make sense, ALLBall. Why wasn't there talks about an extension, even for the cheap? Because even with an organization like this, a corporation like this buying out the Lakers, it would have been interesting to see, God bless the dead, Kobe Bryant in the same situation. If a corporation like that is going, yo, you just an old veteran at this point, bro. We got to trade you. We got to do something because you're an older guy. Or would they have respected the legacy of Kobe Bryant and rolled that out and gone with the farewell tour? It doesn't seem like the Lakers want, right. But what I'm saying is that because of his legendariness, his legendary
50 million, right? Then they gave Kobe 50 million at one point.
No,
over 2
never.
years. What was that? It was a $50 million deal over 2 years at a point in his career where he should have ain't no way in hell he should have got that.
Right, but I'm saying I don't know if a new organization comes in that's not Genie Bus, that hasn't been in LA for 30, 40 years. If they come in here and they're going, we don't have any ties to you. There's no emotional connection. Same thing with LeBron. You got ties with Genie Bus and the Bus family. We don't have ties with you, bro. We have new plans. We do things corporate style. And LeBron doesn't like that. He's his own corporation. So I do see That is a big deal. The Laker fans never liked LeBron, ever. They knew that. They huffed and puffed when they knew they were going to sign him. They don't like LeBron, bro. And LeBron is just this mercenary. That's the part that we kind of didn't like about him. And the fact you're going to end your career like that the same way is whack. Why don't you ride this out? Why don't you do that for the Lakers? Like, when you're going to have some integrity over just playing ball? Why not ride out a rebuild and try to work it out? You know how much more ill would it be for you to go get bought out or get traded and work something out with this organization for the fans? They would love you more in LA if you did that. But instead, you pouting as usual. That's the part I don't like about it. Point blank, period. And the Lakers, oh boy, they can't be a championship team. How can they be a championship team and one of your top two players feels like this? He ain't motivated for no ring. He ain't motivated to play with one of the best players in the league, and they're gonna win a chip like this. I don't see it.
Man, it's not about what y'all can see. Y'all smart brothers. I'm not here to say what you could see, but I'm not going to keep allowing people to make excuse after excuse for Laker and LeBron fans. I'm sorry. You team up with Luka Doncic. Everybody cried and said they need a center. It was almost like the world stopped. Just let Lakers get a center, I'm telling you. When they traded for that kid in Charlotte, people went crazy as if they was getting Akeem Olajuwon. Like they went berserk. Bro, we watched it in real time. I'm not exaggerating. Oh my God, the Lakers getting a center. They have a center now. Why are we still giving excuses? Once again, I said this last year this year when they traded for Luka. How do you have Luka and LeBron and yet not championship contention? Nah, I'm not going for that. No. Now you have another number one draft pick that you playing with that's young in his prime. We can say what we want about Aiden. He healthy and he's in his prime. Now what are we going to say? They're going to still need way more help? Like, enough is enough, bro. Enough is enough.
But I'm just, you're just throwing names out there and saying, go figure it out. And JJ Redick, the former podcaster, you go figure it out to be a championship team. We just saw OKC can trot out 10 guys on the court. Denver got better. These other teams got better than them. We don't know what Minnesota's going to do, but it's not an excuse. We don't see them being a championship. None of us have them in championship contention. It's not an excuse for what? Like, I don't understand what you want us to say in terms, unless you're just talking to Laker fans, because Laker fans do not like LeBron being there no more. The writing's on the wall. From what I'm hearing from them, they don't want to talk championship contention because that might mean retaining him, and they don't want him anymore over there. They can't root for him anymore. Like I always say, I like rooting for guys. I like rooting for my guys. I like rooting for Brunson. I've learned to root for Karl Anthony Towns, and I never thought I would have done that. I started rooting for Julius Randle. I never thought I would have done that. These Laker fans never learned how to root for LeBron James. They don't want to. It's hard to. Some players, they just make you not like them. I don't like how you get down, bro. That's all. You could be nice. I don't have to like you. We ain't like Michael Jordan, but we respected him. We respected him.
I hear y'all. Just because I don't like you and don't want to root for you, that ain't got nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Just because Laker fans don't want LeBron, he's still there. They talk about that bum-ass championship. They throw that in your face all day. He got us one, but they don't like him. Cut the jokes. Like I said, it's just excuse after excuse for the Lakers. That's all we do for these guys. I'm not going for it.
I don't hear Laker fans talking about that championship, bro. I really don't. They focus more on what you say. 3 first-round exits, didn't make the playoffs twice. Was it really worth it? I hear real Laker fans. That's how I hear them talk about the LeBron experience. Maybe you have to tap into more of those guys than the LeBron fans. The LeBron fans hold the bubble ring to another level. The LeBron fans are saying, "Yo, we can't win with this roster," stuff like that.
I know. Hold on, I'm sorry. Let you cook for you. I know Laker fans that they don't like LeBron over there, but they talk about that ring.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
a
we
chicken.
got right. That's all I'm saying. So let's not make it seem like they gonna take that ring. They ain't disposing that. I'm just saying, for me, the NBA world, the basketball world, the Lakers and LeBron world, y'all can't keep having it both ways. Every year y'all need something, and when y'all get it, y'all come up short, and then we come up with another excuse. So now that they have a center that they were clamoring for when they traded for Luka, now it's gonna be they still don't have enough. It's never gonna be enough with this dude. That's why I say I don't blame him. This is the Lakers, Fleet. As long as they continue to feed into this and pay him, he's going to continue to play.
Yeah, I don't, and I know you said we can't see it, but all of when the odds makers come out this year, let's see where they have the Lakers at in terms of winning the championship. I highly doubt they're gonna be 1, 2, or 3 this season in terms of winning the championship with LeBron James and Luka Doncic, and now their newfound center DeAndre Ayton, #1 pick, by the way, DeAndre Ayton. I don't see at all them being a championship contending team. They don't have the roster. They don't got the players. They got 2 guys. Go ahead.
Fleet, what number did Luka get drafted?
5, right?
And they traded
5,
him up
4,
to
5.
what?
What was it, Fabian? It was Ayton, Bagley. Who's third that year? I forget the third guy, and then it was
it Trae Young?
Trae Young went before, and then Luka.
Right, Luka was third, drafted by Atlanta.
Oh, third. Okay, there you go.
Jaren Jackson was next, and then Trae Young was drafted 5th, and he was traded for Luka.
Okay.
So Luka was traded 3rd overall.
Mm-hmm.
Was drafted 3rd overall.
Was drafted 3rd overall, but they ain't won him.
This nigga is playing with enough. Flea, you can cook, Flea. I'm over. You can cook, Flea.
I don't know what, but that's what I'm saying. You think that's just they gotta walk out there and they beat championship? That only applies to them and no other team in the league? That don't make sense.
He's playing with a #1 and a #3 overall draft pick who are both in their primes.
Ayton is regular weed. Ayton is regular.
All right, Flea, I get it.
Very regular.
Okay.
Very regular. The numbers will probably jump out at people. Oh, he averaged 18 and 10 last year. He's 15 and 10 for his career. I watched him get his ass kicked in the finals, and he ain't been the same since. Ass kicked. Up 2-0 in the finals. Got his ass kicked. He's regular. Portland couldn't wait to get that nigga the fuck out of there.
I would love somebody to help me with this stat. When was the last time a super duper star played alongside a #1 and a #3 overall draft pick, and they're not considered championship contenders? That is insane. It's insane.
Yeah, but Ayton is a bust at this point. Come on, man. He does not play like a #1 draft pick. We've seen Andrew Wiggins turn his career around for 1 season at least. And they're rumored to go be trading for Andrew Wiggins, ironically so. And by the way, Flea, to ALLBall's credit, currently right now, the Lakers have the 7th best championship odds. So I would think
the 7th best odds win a championship.
Yeah, but I think that speaks to the public, or the bettors out there are expecting the Lakers to do something different. They expect something else to be brewing, because this current team, there's no way those odds are based on this current team. They will get smoked by Denver.
They just re-signed Jackson Hayes.
He's a backup.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, they just re-signed Jackson Hayes. Respect Jackson Hayes, NBA player. But y'all know what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, they haven't gone out and done anything, right? Anything to really, like, I think, put them in contention with the other teams in the Western Conference right now.
But let me ask y'all a question.
Why Herb getting a shot?
Right, JJ 47. He knows how to get our attention, man. How dare you?
I thought I thought Austin Reeves was the greatest third option in the league.
He just turned down a deal, bro.
Okay, but he's still there though. I'm just saying until I understand, but I'm just saying he's still on the roster. So my whole thing is, it's never going to be enough. And this is nothing towards my brothers. I'm speaking to the Laker fans because y'all know me. I have full blown smoke with all Laker and LeBron fans. Y'all already know that. So when y'all always trolling and laughing at my Knicks, I'm saying you have your GOAT. He's playing alongside a number 1 and a number 3 overall pick, the third best option in the league, and the nigga ain't got enough. And his coach is one of the greatest minds to ever live to know the game of basketball. Please, let me repeat that. Because I want Laker and LeBron fans to hear this, right? Because y'all listen.
Wrap this shit up, Fabian.
No. Let me make my point. Because LeBron and Laker fans I ain't gonna let y'all get away with this. LeBron James, who some considers the GOAT, people they salivate over this guy. He has the number 1 and the number 3 overall pick on his team. He has the third best option in the NBA. We've heard that from numerous savants. And his coach is the greatest basketball mind in basketball right now. And they're not championship contention?
No. Not to the niggas.
And Dalton Connect, Bronny James.
Look at your first 2 names off the bench. Be realistic, bro. Them niggas is dirt, man. Niggas is dirt.
Bronny? Yo, JJ Redick is awfully quiet.
Ain't heard him say a peep.
They still got Hachimura.
Yo, man.
Yo, they Apollo swept JJ Redick off that Mind the Game podcast. Been mighty quiet. You have nothing to say?
Hopefully, Lakers' next coach may be Steve Nash.
That's a disaster. That's a disaster. That's a disaster. Suckers. That's a disaster. That's a disaster. Nick Flea, the biggest, y'all.
I couldn't get to the button fast enough, man. You can hit that was such. Come on, man. Hey, comments. Love y'all, man. Nick Yak. I have been peeping that Portland somehow is stacking a whole bunch of centers over there. I have been peeping that. The kid they drafted, the big kid. I see that.
Klingen. They got Klingen over there.
The new kid they drafted this year.
Portland.
I got to get familiar with the young man. But
Portland, Utah, and New Orleans. Get them teams out them cities.
No.
Give me Seattle. Portland. Give me Vegas. Give me somewhere else. Get them shits out of there, man.
I like Utah. I like what you're saying about Utah. I like that. I like
New Orleans.
And maybe New Orleans too. Maybe.
And y'all I gotta remember, for me, it's New Orleans. For me, New Orleans, which I told y'all, it's my second favorite city. I love them people down there. But it's a football town. They give 2 fucks about basketball. So that's my point of saying that. Like, them games, they gonna never be sold out. They don't care about none of it. They don't even watch that shit in the house. I'm telling you for a fact. Utah, New Orleans, move them to Seattle and Vegas. Get Portland out of here too. Y'all niggas over. I know Portland already get Nike or all that bullshit. Man, get that shit out of here too, man.
That ain't go nowhere. That ain't go nowhere, OG.
Georgia, I think you're new around here. It's what I do, man. She said we calling Aiden trash while praising backup centers.
Hold on.
Aiden is a backup.
Who that beaut? That Georgia Hutchinson. What's up? Georgia? Hey, sweetie. It might be Georgia. Yeah, don't correct me. Georgia Hutchinson. How you doing, girl? That's right.
I hope that's not
put
really
that back. Why you hating?
No, I hope that's not her AV. I hope that's not her in that. Let me be respectful.
Hold on. Now, what are you talking? Hold on. I'm trying to
look at him. This is creepy. He talking about creepy. This is creepy.
No, I can't, bro.
That's why I was. Why are you stopping him, Flea?
No, I had to make the screen bigger because I got to see who I'm looking at the avatar. I'm making sure that's the Georgia Hutchinson. Big shout out to you.
All Clark, all ball Kent was missing with his little curl drip.
Yeah, the joint.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
You just got to go like that. What are you talking about, man? Look. Oh, man. Ain't this shit real?
Who? He said it's real.
LeBron and Laker fans, I hope I upset y'all. Hope you have a terrible 4th of July. And I hope y'all make the play-in next season. And don't make the playoffs. Have a terrible night and go to hell. All Laker and LeBron fans.
So I guess we're not going to be on July 4th.
I'll be around if necessary.
Love y'all in the comments. Click all the links in the description. If you were watching on the rewatch, ALLBall TV merch, link in the description, in the comments. Shout out to FYF Sports. Shout out to Flea. Shout out to ALLBall. Shout out to me. Shout out to Knicks Rehab. That's what we do. We might see you on Saturday.
Be around.
Happy Independence Day, y'all. Enjoy. Stay safe. ALLBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.